This is QTV News. I am Marietu Sidibe and thanks for joining us. First, the headlines. The Gambia mourns the death of veteran journalist Alhaji Sarjo Barrow, who died at his Brusubi home on Sunday at the age of 66. The National Assembly members attend an advocacy seminar on political inclusion for women, youth and persons with disability. The Lord Mayor of KMC and his deputy have concluded the 11 days annual tour of the Kanifing Municipality. The people of Madina Salam and surrounding communities around Gunjur received free medical treatment. For more on these and other stories, stay tuned. The Gambia mourns the death of veteran journalist Alhaji Sarjo Barrow, who died at his Brusubi home on Sunday at the age of 66. He was one of the most respected journalists who championed the use of the Mandinka language in broadcasting. Here is a tribute.
Anata jairo kabaka fana kibar talala me alon ko ke kibaro ke veteran broadcaster Alhaji Sarjo Barrow.
Today, we mourn the passing of a distinguished member of our journalism family. It has been announced that veteran journalist Alhaji Sarjo Barrow has died. He was one of the most respected journalists in the Gambia and one who championed the use of our local languages in broadcasting at a time when much of the programs were broadcast in English.
Gambian ko mo wuli jama jikita wolle be mbedol mutala taring anin dulal to taring pour que President Adama Barrow bendung.
Barrow passed away on Sunday, 22nd December 2019 at his residence in Brusubi. The man, who was regarded by many as the doyen of Gambian journalists, was a native of Kudang in the Central River region. During his time in the profession, which took up all of his adult working life, he spent many years with the national broadcaster and retired in 2017. Latterly, he worked with Star FM's TV channel. His wit, wisdom and guidance will be missed by many, and many who met him left with a smile on their face. May his soul rest in peace.
Wala ne ko farani jamba katang sinyo kumuka sinyo kar. Nte Sarjo Barrow bafula altinya.
An advocacy seminar on political inclusion for members of the National Assembly for Women, Youth and Persons with Disability was organized by Westminster Foundation for Democracy. The story is by Aisha Jany and narrated by Bintu Koka.
The two-day seminar seeks to highlight and reinforce issues of inclusion, participation and representation of women, youth and persons with disability in the country. It brings together National Assembly members with the wider objective of enhancing the political space to strengthen democracy and good governance. The chairperson of the National Youth Council, Dembo Kambi, says 68% of Gambia's population are youth and that the time is ripe to move on from consultations to getting them involved and participating in politics and decision-making structures.
Consultations are mere formalities, but involvement is integral. Oftentimes, they will say, okay, we're going to consult the young people. But oftentimes, when we are consulted, when we give our views are not respected. But we want to be part of making those decisions. We want to be at the table, not on the table to be discussed. But let us be at the table and we discuss together. That's what can pave a way for the development of this country.
The chairperson of the Gambia Federation of the Disabled, Mohammed Kurubali, says disability is not inability and that persons with disability have a fundamental right to be represented in political affairs.
So if persons with disabilities have to be included, especially in the political spheres in this country, it must begin with that of political parties, that they do not only have to consider, other persons, but also consider persons with disabilities in any category also to contest and run for elections.
The Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Women, Children and Social Welfare, Rohibite Dabo, says in the Gambia, inclusion of women and persons with disabilities in political and national affairs is very low due to barriers such as finance, education, lack of skills, and most especially cultural beliefs.
In the Gambia, for instance, women constitute 58% of voters. And in the 2017 parliamentary election, out of 54 members, only 3 were elected through the ballots and 3 nominated. That is about 7.5%. Out of the 17 ministries, or the 17 ministers, cabinet ministers, there are only 3, excluding the VP. There are 2 regional governors, still women, and 1 female mayoress. Out of the 120 elected councils, 8 are women. And with the 1,878 alcalos, only 8 are female.
Mrs. Dabo further gave reassurances for her ministry's full support and urges participants to commit to the cause and recommend actions that can be taken to advance inclusion and equality in practice. The seminar will produce a resolution and an action plan for the National Assembly to address inclusion, participation, and representation and identify gaps and create awareness among National Assembly members with the aim of leading to a behavioral change of inclusion issues. Bintu Koka, QTV News.
The Lord Mayor of Kanifing Municipal Council and his deputy have concluded the annual tour of their municipality. The 11-day tour was to meet ward development committees, identify problems and make development plans for 2020. The story is written by Lamin Dabo and narrated by Ansumana Esonyase.
The 11-day annual tour of Kanifing Municipality by the Lord Mayor and his deputy concluded in Bakau, a town historically regarded as one of the urban communities that had been struggling for decades to attain some of its development objectives. The delegation visited the football field and the market, amongst others. Speaking at Bakau Football Park, the second vice president of Bakau Sports Association, Badi Alpha Jaite, says the mayor's visit will help them to highlight some of their challenges.
We have been going to his office, but for him to come, he will see what needs to be done. Because still now we are still struggling. You can see we don't have a pavilion. Though we are playing environmental, we have struggled until we have a very good pitch. But still now we don't have a pavilion that we are playing with. So for the mayor to come here, it's an added thing. We really are very grateful for that.
The debt manager at KMC, Dudu Gomez, calls on the people of the municipality to always pay their debt to enable the council to implement more development projects. He further explains the debt issue.
To the people of the municipality and Bakau in particular is to call on all of them to come and settle their debts, because as I just mentioned, Bakau alone is over 44 million. And if you look at the council, the whole KMT as a whole is over 250 million. And without this revenue that we get from these compound rates, there can be no developments. Everybody is claiming for development, but it's also their responsibility to pay their rates for council to be able to implement these debts. So I'm calling on all the people of the municipality to come forward, especially the compound owners, to come and settle their debts. Yeah. With regard, especially it is around Fajara, where we have industry, that is the hotels and other industrial areas, and that's why the amount exorbitant. Because if you look at Fajara alone, it's over 34 million.
The Lord Mayor of Kanifing Municipal Council, Talib Ahmed Ben Suda, says KMC don't make promises but can talk about activities or projects that have been endorsed and are ready for implementation. Mayor Ben Suda reveals that the development projects for Bakau will include the construction of Bakau Market, fencing the women's vegetable garden, amongst others. He urged Bakau residents to pay their pending rates and debts. The committee were presented with 2 waste collection trucks as part of the Mbalit project. Ansumana Esonyase for QTV News.
A free medical services and treatment session was held for the people of Madina Salam and other communities around Gunjur. The event was organized by Wonder Years Center of Excellence in collaboration with Chosan Medical Charitable Organization. This story is written by Lamin Alhaji Funding Dabo, narrated by Mumudu Gajaga.
The event seeks to complement government's efforts by reaching out and giving affordable health care to people in remote places. It was also used to sensitize affected communities about health-related issues and various ailments. The board chairman of Wonder Years of Excellence, Bakari K. Toure, says the free medical camp is in line with their objectives as health is one of their key intervention areas. He also shed light on their plans for the coming year.
Is to make sure we have over 75% of our aim to make sure you have less disease in this community, and education is almost 95% free to all the communities in Madina Salam. This is our aim, and we hope, the way we're going, we hope we will definitely achieve it.
Karamo Fati, a patient from Sifo village, expressed his appreciation and highlighted the importance of the event. Good health is important because in anything you do, if you don't have good health, you cannot do it well. We are happy to be present here today, and we will all have different healthcare needs. People from my village are here in large numbers. WISE is doing a great job in Madina Salam in the areas of health and education and many other things. Hafiji Sisao, the chairman of the Chosan Medical Charitable Foundation, explains the motive behind the formation of the organization.
Our motivational factor is this: almost all of us are from the rural areas. We all came from areas where the health facilities are absent or at a very low standard. We know how it feels to be living in such communities without medical support. So he who feels it knows it. Okay, we said to ourselves that we can make a change on those people's lives, people who live in the hard-to-reach areas. By coming or forming this association, we will be able to go there and deliver the little service we can do for them, which they may not be able to get adequately within their community.
The public relations officer of the Chosan Medical Charitable Organization, Ibrahim Sisao, said as volunteers, they will always help address people's health needs. He further appeals for more support.
2020 to proceed, definitely we need support from people. We need support from philanthropists. We need support from organizations out there who wants to help us. Definitely, that's our thing. If we have support, I can tell you here vividly, every month we'll go out. I'm telling you, because the human resources there, the people are there, they are willing, they are committed, so all those things are there. You understand? So our only problem is finance. This thing cannot go without finance. That's our only problem. Otherwise, 2020 we have a lot of plans, definitely. We have a lot of plans. But in order for them to go through, we really have to be financially strong. And
Chosan Charitable Medical Foundation provide free medical and health services to underprivileged people in disadvantaged and hard-to-reach communities across the country. WISE provides education, healthcare, and sustainable livelihoods to enable Gambians to make a better future for themselves. Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
We will go with a short commercial break, and when we return, we take a look at UNESCO Forum that aims to promote and develop literacy, numeracy, and functional skills of children and adults. And no license, no seagoing, a warning from Gambia Maritime Authority to local boat owners plying Gambian waters. Join us after the break for these stories and more.
Standard Chartered brings you festive cheer this season. It's the season of giving, and we have some amazing gifts to boost your festive mood. You definitely will be spending more on family and friends this season. So, we have some wonderful offers and discounted rates to take care of all your financial needs. Talk to us about how you can enjoy the best from our loans and overdrafts. We know you want to shop more and eat out with your loved ones. So, get access to exciting discounts from your favorite stores and restaurants with our world-class Visa debit cards. Get a Standard Chartered Visa Platinum on Gold debit card for free and enjoy a world of privileges here in the Gambia and abroad. Access more funds and enjoy the good life with Standard Chartered. Call us on 392-5951, 2275 352 7714 or visit any of our branches today. After all, 'tis the season of festive cheer, so live your best life on us this season and spread the cheer. Standard Chartered, here for good. The Gambia Police Force, in partnership with Comfort Quality Services Limited, brings to you a new aluminium number plate for vehicles and motorcycles. The registration process starts with a payment at any Trust Bank branch. Prices are as follows: $1,100 is for vehicles and $630 is for motorcycles. Once a payment is made, simply bring your receipt and car documents to Gareba Police Station or Banjul Police Headquarters and have your new number plate printed within minutes. We also have registration offices at Basse Police Station, Farafenye Police Station, and Brikama Police Station. Comfort Quality Services also brings you a service at your doorstep for customers with 10 or more vehicles that want to replace their old number plates. Call us on 203-6437 or 360-8628. Comfort Quality Services. We answer to all your quality needs.
Welcome back. A one-day consultative and information sharing forum on family and interregional literacy and learning was organized by the Gambia National Commission for UNESCO in partnership with Non-Formal Education Unit of MOPSI. Malik Nyang reports.
The initiative aims to promote and develop literacy, numeracy, and functional skills of both children and adults. It brings adults and their children to learn to read and write together. Lamin Jaju, Field Project Coordinator and Senior Program Officer of the Gambia National Commission for UNESCO, gave an overview of the program. Mr. Jaju went on to say that the expanded program will share the results of 8 literacy centers, 4 of which will be literacy provider-based and the 4 being school-based programs. The project is going to address issues in the defunct non-formal education policy. Field Principal Program Officer Maimuna Sidibe said research on family-centered retreat programs revealed that there are immediate as well as long-term benefits for children, youth and adults in relation to their education and well-being. She also shared some more general comments. A participant and beneficiary from CRR, Cherno Sidibe, said his opinion of the project.
I see the project as a development because if you weren't able to learn and now you can learn and understand, then that is a great achievement. Also, we now meet with women and children and learn from each other, which we have not done in the past, which is another important achievement for us.
The field project was funded by the German federal government's Foreign Office and piloted with UNESCO's Institute for Lifelong Learning, providing technical support. The development of the project presented a second and expanded phase, which was implemented from September to December this year. Malik Nyang, for QTV News.
A day-long meeting with Boat Owners Association to give briefing on maritime safety and environmental protection regulations was on Monday organized by the Gambia Maritime Authority in partnership with the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure. And Samana Isonyasi reports.
Under the theme No Lancing, No Seagoing, this maritime stakeholder meeting was an opportunity for the administration to acquaint local boat operators and the enforcement agency on the importance of complying with maritime safety regulations. In his welcome address, the Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, Motsise, says government intends to transform the administration in order to expand the maritime sector.
What we plan to do to roll out the licensing regime, and our expectation on our part is also for you to assist us, really look into what is being rolled out to you and suggest any improvement where necessary, such that at the end of the day, this is for our own interest. That is for interest of the public sector as government, but also in your own interest as operators.
Karamo Jane, the Director General of the Gambia Maritime Administration, urged local operators to license their boats and register with the administration to avoid buying them from plying Gambian waters.
Because we know that on our roads, all vehicles are licensed. If you are not licensed, you don't drive on the road. It's the same as in our seas. If vessels and canoes and boats are not licensed, they are not supposed to operate. It's all about gear to safety at sea, like as we call it, safety on the road. So there is no difference. What you have on the road for vehicles is the same as what is applicable for vessels and canoes in our waters.
Masane Fofana, a member of the Joint Operations Center, says the enforcement agency will stop unlicensed boats from operating to ensure the development and security of the maritime sector.
And our safety is guaranteed when we take upon ourselves that, because the number one person that we are to secure or to rescue might be yourself or your relative. This is very key.
Speaking on behalf of the Boat Owners Association, Fode Jack says the meeting was timely. He gave an assurance of the association's preparedness to reach out to their members about the importance of registering with the administration. Ansumana Isoanyasi for KTV News.
A $20 million youth fund for youths of KMC was launched on Monday by the Kanifing Municipal Council in partnership with Supersonics. Babukar C reports.
The $20 million fund is to help reduce the youth unemployment rate within the municipality. A similar grant of $100 million was provided a few months ago to the women of the region. Kemo Bojang, youth councillor of the region, described the $20 million youth fund as a dream come true, saying many youths in the country are jobless, resulting to many using the back way to Europe.
This fund will go a long way in making sure that young people are self-empowered. We'll make sure that young people are not dependent on anybody, and young people will be able to stand on their own to make sure that the change that we want would be possible. We wanted to see a new Gambia, and possibly it might not be going the way we wanted, but we believe that our generation can make our realities come true. We believe that our generation would be the generation that will turn the development pattern of this country and make it into the country that we all want it to be. We believe that our generation is the promised generation. In 1994, South Africa had a generation they called the promised generation, which ushered in the new South Africa. We believe that this generation will be the generation that will usher in the new Gambia.
Alhaji Njundu Fati, Chief Executive Officer of Supersonics, said the institution is Gambian-owned and thus they are glad to partner with KMC to support youths of the country.
The fundamental idea of the fund is to promote entrepreneurship, to create job employment opportunities, and also to exploit the potentials of our youthful population. Ordinarily, as I said, 37 or almost 40% of our population are youthful. If we are able to, what you call, take advantage of the demographic dividend, Gambia will be at another level.
The mayor of KMC, Talib Ahmed Bensouda, said the launching could not have come at a better time when dozens of youths recently perished at the high seas due to frustration and lack of jobs in their own country.
It is very sad that during working hours, during business hours, the amount of youths sitting on corner streets, not doing much, talking about football and whatnot, is astonishing, and I think it's a shame for me as a leader within this municipality, and should be a shame for all leaders within the Gambia. Youth will either be our assets or our liabilities. A youth who is equipped, who is resourced, who is busy and productive, will really build a country that is busy a country that is resourceful, a country that is productive.
Mayor Bensouda challenged the youths to believe in themselves and have in mind that one can make it in the country.
Gambians tend to abandon Gambia, but guests that come to Gambia, as one Indian man told me, Gambia is the best place to do business in the world. This is what he said. It is because Gambians are not competing. Gambians are not investing. Gambians are not productive. So when guests come here, they find it easy. So know that Gambia is a land of opportunity. But opportunity is only seen by one's eye.
The Kanifing Municipal Council have embarked on many development projects aimed at empowering women and youths, keeping the municipality clean, constructing a library to promote education, among others. The $20 million funding will help curb youth employment, which may discourage the backway syndrome. Babu Karsi, QTV News.
Before we end this bulletin, let's take a quick look at our main stories. The Gambia mourns the death of veteran journalist Alhaji Sarjo Barrow, who died at his Brusubi home on Sunday at the age of 66. The National Assembly members attend an advocacy seminar on political inclusion for women, youth and persons with disability. The Lord Mayor of KMC and his deputy have concluded the 11 days annual tour of the Kanifing Municipality. The people of Madina Salam and surrounding communities around Gunjur received free medical treatment. That's all we have for you in this edition of the news. Join us tomorrow for more news. Thank you for watching.